Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Happy Hour with OmniFan.
Yes.
Tonight we're going to be making an RJ Barrett inspired maple bourbon old fashioned.
Ooh, that was a mouthful.
And I actually forgot to say bacon.
What?
Maple bacon bourbon old fashioned. Yes.
Yes.
You heard it right. We're going to be using obviously Canada's most prized resource, maple syrup. You know, it's on the flag. Maple syrup is just a staple of Canada. And we also found out from RJ Barrett himself, he loves bacon cheeseburgers. So we thought we'd marry the maple, the bacon, and put it in a cocktail.
Why not?
And it's inspired by RJ. So this one's for you. We have some ingredients that we're gonna go through and then we're gonna get started. To start out with, we have our most important ingredient, our Knob Creek smoked maple bourbon.
Right, and so this bourbon is 90 proof.
Yes.
And when you're making an old fashioned, you definitely want to use a 90 proof or higher because it just helps with the dilution once you add the ice in. So definitely 90 proof or higher.
Yes, right. You don't want your drink getting all watered down by
Nobody wants
a
that.
whole bunch of ice. No, not a good thing. And then the next most important ingredient to an old fashioned is going to be your Angostura bitters. Okay, so this is a classic. Again, this actually has been around longer than the old fashioned, the actual drink.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yes. And it's been used. I mean, you can use this for so many things. And maybe, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can use this to settle your stomach if you're having like a little upset tummy. You can have a little teaspoon of bitters and it should settle your stomach. And as well, Angostura has a clove flavor profile.
Yes.
And that's gonna go really well with our smoked maple bourbon.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Next ingredient that we have is our orange. And for this, we're not going to actually be putting orange juice into the cocktail. We're going to just kind of like skin it a little bit, get a little piece of the rind, being careful not to get the bitter pith underneath.
Yes.
And we're going to let some of the oils out. It's called expressing. It's a fancy term.
It's really simple, but
Very simple.
A little fancy, a little.
And you'll sound super knowledgeable around all of your bartender friends,
right?
Mixologists. You can tell them, "Oh, can you express my rind?" So we'll get into all that later. And then the last but not least, star of the show. Jazz, would you do us the honors? Our
bacon.
Yes, and this is not any old bacon. This is bacon from the Baconer. Only the best, most premium bacon you can get. And not only it's not just regular bacon, it's maple bacon. So it's cured with maple and brown sugar and warm spices. So it just has like a flavor profile that like candied bacon, but you don't even have to go through all the trouble of candying it.
Can you tell that she loves bacon?
I'm a bacon fan. Yes, I love bacon. And bacon, a shout out to you because we've been long-standing customers. We love your bacon and we'll use it any chance we get.
Absolutely. And of course, obviously, if you forgot to place your order from the Baconer and you want to make it ASAP, you can just go to your local store, use Oscar Mayer, whatever bacon you find. But this is definitely a treat.
That's what you want to do. Absolutely. And if you need a link to this shop, hit us up. We'll send it over to you guys. I put the bacon in the oven to let it crisp up. I put it on a baking tray with aluminum foil so that we could have a very easy cleanup. And it will cook very evenly in the oven. That's why we don't do it stovetop. I mean, stovetop, who wants to deal with popping bacon, grease everywhere, getting burned? We don't want to deal with that.
I mean, you can do that if that's how you choose, but you know.
But I will say this also, cooking your bacon in the oven also allows it to cook super evenly.
Yes, that's really key.
That's super key. And we put it in the oven for at 375 for about 20 minutes. And so yeah, we're going to show you our finished bacon just so you can see what it looks like.
All right, let me go get it.
Yeah. Crispy maple bacon.
Crispy bacon. Maple bacon.
Sweet and salty.
Yes.
I mean, your every guilty pleasure on a plate. All right, so we're gonna get into constructing our cocktail now.
Yeah.
Building, I should say.
Right.
So, some of you may know that old fashions are typically made with rye whiskey, but we're using our maple bourbon here. And it's also typically made with sugar. But we're gonna skip the sugar because this smoked maple bourbon has tons of sugar in it, and it's
really
sweet.
Does.
And so we're gonna skip the sugar altogether because we have that already.
Right. And if you do opt for, if you're making a regular old fashioned, you opt for the rye whiskey, it gives it a spicier kind of taste. So you could even marry the two. You can use the maple bacon and the rye whiskey if you like a little kick. Definitely, you can do that as well. Right. And so the old fashioned, like Jen said, is very simple to make, and it's not made in a cocktail shaker normally. There are several ways to make it, but today we're just going to build ours in our old fashioned or rocks glass.
That's right.
It's gonna be really quick, so hope you're watching.
Don't miss it.
All right, so we're going to start with just 2 to 3 dashes of our Angostura bitters. And like Jen said, normally you would start with the sugar, you'd muddle it with some water and the bitters, but we're skipping that. So we're just gonna, oops. Got a little messy.
Okay.
Now you do want to, if you do spill, make sure you wipe it up quickly because Angostura bitters can stain.
It stains. that's a good tip, actually. That's a pro tip.
All right, so now we're going to add our 2 ounces of our maple bourbon.
Yeah. We're gonna use our jigger for that to pour it out. That's gonna be, the larger part is 1 ounce, so we're gonna do 2 of those. Oh, you're so professional, Jazz.
Yeah, I try.
Goodness, are you a mixologist?
Maybe in my other life.
Or maybe in your current.
Maybe. All right, so now we have our 2 ounces of bourbon. We have our Angostura bitters. And so now we're going to add our ice.
Now this is an extremely important part of this cocktail. This is kind of like what brings it all together because it kind of mellows out the strength of the concentration of the bourbon, you know, the sweetness, and also like the astringent 90 proof. So this ice cube is what's going to do the trick.
Right. And normally you can see it with a large block of ice or with a round ice cube. We went for just a large cube square. Right. So we're just going to place it in.
Oh my goodness, it looks so sexy, guys.
And then we're almost finished. We are going to stir it around for 20 to 30 seconds. And what this is doing is, like Jen said, is diluting some of the liquor and it's chilling the beverage so that it's going to be a nice feel when you take your first sip.
Absolutely.
All right, so we are done stirring.
We're almost done with the drink. You're almost ready to drink.
Now it's time for the orange wine.
Yes.
Yep, so Jen is just getting our orange wine.
So twisting it. I'm also going to go like this around the rim. And I'm gonna toss it in.
That's it. That's it, ladies and gents.
And the last, but certainly not least part.
Oh, absolutely not.
This baby right here.
Woo! Oh man, I can't wait.
He's raising his hands because he's like so happy. Look, Jonas.
I know, he's raising his hand. He's like, choose me.
Okay. Oh wow.
How are you gonna put him in?
I'm trying to think. Should I leave the arms raised?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think that guy wants his arm out.
Yeah, he definitely does. And there you have it, our maple bacon bourbon old fashioned.
Doesn't this look divine? Our second maple bacon old fashioned, and we're at that point where there's only one thing left to do.
Yeah.
Let's toast it up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello there, fella.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on.
Talk about party in your mouth.
Hold on.
Wow.
Okay, seriously, guys. If you love bacon,
this is a bacon lover's delight.
There's no other bacon for you. TheBaconer.com.
Oh
okay, let's just talk about the notes.
All right, break it down.
The bacon.
Break it down.
Like Jazz said, smoky, sweet, spicy from the spice. When I say spicy, not spicy in terms of heat. spicy in terms of depth of flavor. It has like all those warming spices, like your nuts, nutmeg, little allspice, little cinnamon, and that's all in the cure.
Right.
Then perfect meat to fat ratio on there, so it's like the perfect melt in your mouth type feel. The crunchiness. Oh my god. Then
go ahead.
So sorry,
no. I don't know. Bacon is her thing.
It's my thing.
She gets really excited, so
I am so excited. Then with the sweetness of this drink, it makes you want to keep.
This is the best old fashioned I think I've had.
Ever had.
Like, seriously.
And the bacon has a lot to do with it, I must say. One more sip.
Sip and a bite.
Okay, first of all, you're gonna be addicted. Wow. You're gonna be addicted like ASAP.
RJ, you gotta try this drink.
RJ, Gin and Jazz.
That's right.
Said it. This is your drink. You need to try it. When you get some off time, I know you know keep in tip top shape,
that's
but
right.
when you get some time to kick your feet up, you and your dad or whoever, you and your boys, try this drink out and please let us know what you think, because this we know you're gonna love.
Yes, please guys, try out this recipe. Let us know what you guys think. We'd love to hear your feedback. And
always. Please
subscribe to our channel so it helps to get our content seen, so we can bring you guys new and exciting and fun,
unique,
don't forget unique content. Yes. So definitely thank you guys for tuning in, and
cheers. Until next time.
Yes. Bye.